in the far Western Conference together for virtually all sports, including baseball. And then Nevada moved on for a while to the Big West, the Big Sky, which does not play baseball, and ultimately ended up.
And there are two away. Kwon is from South Korea.
Hitting .337 coming in.
And he actually is a transfer. He started his career in the States playing at the New Mexico Military Institute. And now the junior from Seoul is playing for Nevada. So Kwon is out, and here is Jackson.
Pretty stiff wind coming in from the southwest, basically blowing in from center field toward home plate.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a gusty day, but we've been right around mid-60s most of the day, as you see the wind that Bob is talking about.
As opposed to the
obviously all the travel the Aggies have had over the last few days, and Tyler Howard will lead things off. Aggies have been led by these top two guys in their order today, Howard and Wooldridge, both having breakout years.
I'd say that's a breakout, whatever, 3 noon, still coming in, but we may yet see one get out of this park.
Wooldridge set down. Yeah, I'm probably expecting it to go off and on throughout the night.
Supposed to have rain tomorrow.
Hanson with the put out.
He ended up almost at first base. He could have just run it in himself.
Well, he's used to being over there at first. He's not used to being at third base. He's in practice.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, I think it's, well, I know the Aggies don't have it on their social media. There's a nice ball over the outside corner for strike 3.
The write-up of the game, you know, the box score, the official box score, at first called it catcher interference. And then when you watch it, they said, well, there's no catcher interference. Had to be something else. Rich Hill, the Hawaii coach, interviewed after the game, says, I have no idea what happened.
Look at that run coming back to the outside corner. That's going to go
Rich
foul.
Hill afterwards, though, had great things to say about Brian Green and Carter Laney and their performance.
Has a great game on that Monday night. Obviously frustrating for UC Davis, and especially the way it ended. I mean, a lot of different things we can point to in the end, but you just really hate to see an umpire make a call like that. That it was, maybe he didn't pause, and I think on the replay there was an argument to be made that it was a There's a good freshman, Jace Doby, two-way player, freshman, a newcomer. He's a junior, as I said. Couple junior college stops along the way before getting here to Reno. And Doby with the bat this year, he's been good. 308 average. He said they've been hitting some balls hard. They especially, I mean, he even pointed to the Sunday game where they lost 16-0, but he thought their bats were pretty good in that game. They just were so unfortunate to be down that much going into the later innings, and kind of emptied the bench after that. There's a base hit for Gentile. It's his first base hit of the day and the first base runner for the Aggies.
White stood in every inning in that game. What they didn't bring me was a can opener.
Right. I thought you were strong enough, Bob, just open it by yourself, but
my teeth, yeah.
I'm going to let that corn joke, thought it was a little too corny. I'm going to let that one kind of just go by the wayside. Gentile and Hirsch corner on. And here's Ryan Lee, aggressive on that first pitch. It's in the dirt. And Gentile is going to take third. Were you that good, huh? I didn't realize.
Well, I wasn't quite at 100.
Yeah. Didn't realize you had got triple digits.
No, that's what I would say, triple digits.
Right.
Yeah, I hit in triple digits.
I was texting me decimal places.
Yeah.
1-1, the count on Jason Hanson. Aggies 11-10 and 3-3 in conference play. They're right into the corner.
And they're sending the runner. Whoa, no, they're not.
Hanson will get held up. Hirschkorn scores. It's 2-0 UC Davis.
And that would have been the third out, that pop-up.
I think with all that, you got the shadows from the right half of the diamond as you get Zach Story getting a start. Especially after the sweep at the hands of Hawaii in a real tough environment, as Bob has talked about. Bunted, and it hit him. And I think the Aggies are arguing that he was potentially out of the batter's box, but to no avail.
By middle of May, when the season concludes, the regular season concludes, the sunset is going to be around 8 p.m. You're all going to be 2 hours into a game, and that sun is just right into the batter's eyes.
And Frucci taking full advantage. I mean, he's a guy that has a reputation of getting a lot of strikeouts. We're seeing that today. 2-2. Record does not tell you the whole story, not by a long shot, the way he has resurrected this program from where it was 4 years ago when he first got here to where it is now. The former Texas star and Stanford coach. And Tommy, well, he was telling me it's kind of a stark contrast what he's dealing with these days than it was his first season. Is now 18-5.
Yeah, they outscored Riverside 26-6 and got outscored at Hawaii 25-3.
And this tells you all you need to know about Hawaii. They are 18-5 overall. They are 17-3 at home, which means they played 3 road games. They're 1-2 on the road.
Well, between that stadium, the way they draw, and the fact that it's in.
But was in the outfield on Saturday for the opener. And chases that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Dobie, he is looking solid so far. Of course, that last inning, he gave up the double to an 8th team this year in Washington State. Last year, I mentioned 4 teams make it. Nevada missed out due to a tiebreaker, despite them finishing tied for 3rd. That's a rough break.
Yeah.
That's flipped to left. Williams moving over, and that is well foul. And this down.
You know, and for a while, they would have the 2 winners of the playoff at the College World Series, and they just play 1 game.
0-2, and in the dirt.
Then they finally decided, well, one team went through their bracket real easy, and the other team had a loss. We should start it over and just play 2 out of 3, no matter how you got there. And so that's what they do now. And
Daniel Tovar, who is now on the pitch. So Tovar takes over for Dobie, who had a nice start himself. 2 runs left side, and that will get through. Base hit past Quan and Ball. And Hansen is on. 3rd hit of the year for Jason Hansen. Check that. He's had 2 hits today. He came in with 2 hits, so 4 hits now for Jason.
That'll raise your batting average.
Yeah, that'll work. April 12th is going to be the first Saturday night game, and that is also picnic day, and
UC Irvine.
It's UC Irvine coming to town. Line drive foul off the bat of Tyler Howard, and all Irvine did over the weekend was sweep UC Santa Barbara. In Santa Barbara.
You know, Irvine has become just a consistent power in this league in a lot of sports.
Rainbow Warriors play against Hawaii Hilo, the Division II school. You see Howard clearly beat that out. He's probably the fastest Aggie. Way inside to the backstop.
I just love that Hawaii, not just the University of Hawaii, but Hawaii Hilo against the Aggies.
Sent in the air to left. Holder barely having to move. And that'll end the inning. Couple of hits for UC Davis. One a hit batter.
Come on.
Yeah, that's the guy that's now hitting. I mean, pitching, yeah.
Haven't seen any evidence of Nevada's 32 home runs for the season.
Well, on a day like today, Bob, it is going to be tough. I mean, this park plays big as it is, but at night,
at night and blowing the wind blowing straight in.
Well, gives this one a ride to left. This is not going to make it to the warning track, but it's their deepest hit ball of the night. And Williams all over.
National champion college football coach, played for Everett High School.
I'm assuming not Nick Saban.
Not Nick Saban.
By the way, that's a 15 batter in a row streak. Retired by the Aggies, just broken up.
Went on to coach the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, Dennis Erickson?
You got it. Athletic program. Beautiful part of Northern California. A little bit remote.
Yeah, so he's familiar with this area. So to speak. Sacramento Valley. That's Bob Dunning. I'm Greg Wong. Appreciate everybody for Williams. Hopefully he's all right after getting hit by the pitch. It's just normal sub, and that's taken high. Kang is very fast over at first base. Wow, Evan Gentile unfazed by that pitch up and in. And Hirschkorn the batter. And we'll see if he got a piece of it. It's a foul tip.
For those of you
and Hirschkorn's not buying it, but gets the strike there.
People wonder, what about Boise and all those teams? They are going, many of them, to the Pac-12 in
There's time. Fun fact about Bob Kerr, he goes to every single Big West tournament basketball game, men's and women's, starting in the very first round every single year.
Even when it was
he's a diehard. Yeah. Hopefully Bob Kerr's watching right now. This is popped up and out of play. Matt Barnes, 3.07 ERA, 5 runs allowed in 14 2/3, and 13 strikeouts. And Barnes is really, really live on.
Notre Dame years ago.
Struck him out. That breaking ball. He chased ball 4. A dozen strikeouts for the Aggies today, and back-to-back for Barnes after the leadoff double. And the second time Billy Ham has gone down. Look at that movement. Right to the back foot. Is pinch running. Yeah, Jason Hansen says, all right. 3 for 3, call it a day. So Gavea on a pinch run, and this is also because they want to get Gavea's defense in for the last couple innings.
And they might just want to get him down to second, too.
Zach Story is the batter.
No, go ahead and throw those wild pitches if there's nobody on base. But
I mean, so he's got 2 strikeouts now. And 3 wild pitches. Here's Wooldridge. So 3-0 UC Davis. You know. Tierney, 3.52 ERA. Feels like a lot just because Nevada's offense has been neutralized today.
Way back in the 30s, and then was made famous by Willie Mays. Every time he would make the basket catch, they called it a can of corn.
And you know, it was not a can of corn, Bob.
That was
that play over at
second
base. That is looming large right now. The Jason Hansen pop-up.
You know, I had
usually a can of corn. That one, not a can of corn.
I had the can in my hand because it was a presumed.
Pitches from Hippensteel. And just tomahawked in the air. Kang was playing very deep. He comes hustling in. And for Ethan Kang, he has no problem going into full-out sprint to make up some ground. And a nice catch by Kang. He's a great outfielder. That one right out towards the handle of the bat. And look at Ethan Kang go. That is the hometown of the recently graduated star quarterback for the Aggies as well.
Well, that's right.
Miles Hastings, yeah.
That's right.
Kang the other way. Rolls one past third. And Ethan Kang is going to put on the brakes at first.
Oh, I wanted to see a play there. I think he might have gotten it.
I think Holder, the left fielder, was in good position to field that. He was playing in his young career. That missed. Close.
If that was Anna or Alyssa Deathlison at first base, I think they'd be gone by now. Great sisters have played. One has played, finished. Anna finished for the Aggies, and Alyssa's a freshman.
There's a hit and run. The swing and a miss. The ball. It looks like we got batter's interference. Doesn't burst, but
you can see Snakenborg sort of change his motion a little bit to go around him.
Here's what the Aggies have coming up, and that was both an out, and then on the very next batter, it ended in a double play. Cal Poly coming to town this weekend. We'll have the game on Friday here on ESPN+. Bob and myself will be on the call. Ham has a home run this year, batting .363. And pours one in right at the top of the zone. Another guy part of this high roster turnover. Ham limited playing time last year. Redshirt junior now getting more regular at bats, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The difference in this game, that allowed the first run to score for the Aggies. They would on to score 1 more run of the inning. They would tack on 1 more late. A home run for Nevada by Snakenborg, their catcher. That was it for them, and the Aggies pitch their way to a win that they desperately needed after the 3 straight losses to Hawaii, and now a big series coming up against their Central Coast rivals, Cal Poly. Friday.